I'm sure the first time you listened to Kwata Essimu, you wondered, hey, what is this listening to? The song is so nice, but who is this one singing? I'm sure you thought about some old guy, to be the one singing that song, but you will be shocked to know who is actually behind that big tune that's rocking the entire nation. His name is Freeboy, and I have the chance to talk to him today.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Very first time I'm seeing you.
Yeah,
and
very
I've been
first
seeing
time.
people posting and saying he's actually a young boy.
Yeah,
he's not old. He's
Yeah, very first time on your channel right now,
Yeah.
and being interviewed by you, I feel like I'm blessed.
Welcome to the family.
I'm honored. Yeah.
Yeah, so subscribe to the channel right now. Marriott Candice Nasasha, there's a bell down there. You can click on it, and every time I upload anything, you will be notified. So, who is Freeboy?
Freeboy is Mandela Mbarak, my real names. He comes from the West Nile region, specifically Arua town, which is currently Arua city. It's a city, so
we have a status now.
Yeah, we have a status. Yeah, we have a status. So stuff's going on there. Like there's too much going on in there.
Yeah.
And I think it's an achievement.
That's good. So you live in Arua town. That's where you're based.
Yeah, I live in Arua town, but most of the times I'm here in Kampala because of the industry and what the industry calls for.
Okay.
Yeah. How would I have such an interview with you if I was in Arua?
You're in Arua. We'll do it on
see.
Skype.
True.
When were you born? How old are you?
Okay, I was born in 1988. Yeah, that makes me
Around 31.
31.
Yeah.
And I grew up, like all my life I was in the ghetto. That is in Chisenyi. That's where I grew up from. Studied in Nabagirika Primary School. And then had to go to Chagwa Road.
Yeah.
From Chagwa Road. And then I headed back to Arua. That's where I actually started my music career.
Okay, so Chagwa Road was primary school.
Primary school, yeah.
You finished there P7.
Yeah.
And then
I
high
joined,
school?
Yeah, high school I went to Arua. Yes, I joined my senior one in Arua Public Secondary School. Yeah, and that's where my music journey began because at least I had time and I was home.
At what age did you join the music industry?
I joined the music industry when I was 16, 17. Yeah.
That was pretty young.
17 years
Which class
old.
were you in?
By then I was in senior 2.
Senior 2.
Yeah.
Who introduced you to the industry?
I basically introduced myself in the industry. I had passion for music. I wanted to be a star because of the background that I came from. Like my mother influenced me actually to do music because she loves music. She loves listening to music. I grew up listening to music, and I think that kind of made me feel like I think there's a place for me in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
basically that's
at
it.
16, you couldn't have just entered studio and you had the money to do a song.
Yeah, it was a hustle. It wasn't easy. So my first studio pay was done by my brother. He actually paid, and it was actually 50,000 by then.
Where
we
was
had
that?
a very small studio in Arua called it was Audio Web Production.
Yeah.
And that was the only studio we had in the whole of Arua district. Yeah, or Arua town. So yeah, I hit the studio with my first song called Sita Badilika. Yeah. And that was the time I realized I think I had a place because it became a hit.
In Arua?
Yes. Sita Badilika was a Swahili song. Sita Badilika means I won't change. I wrote it myself. That was my first song. And I was surprised by the way people actually received it back home.
So because it was a hit, how was it like at school?
I was a celebrity, of course. I was a celebrity, like everybody wanted to talk to this. But by then I was now Freeboy, but people were still getting to know me as Freeboy because the name was still new in the industry and people are used to Mandela. So they're like, man, Adam, you have a new song called Sita Badilika, but what are your names? I'm like, I'm the Freeboy guy. Okay, the Sita Badilika guy. Yeah, so I became a celebrity in school, and then before you know it, I started like headlining shows. They used
Before
to come.
we get there, so you were in that school up to senior 6?
Up to senior 6, yes. And
University?
Then, yeah, I didn't join university.
You were already in the industry?
Yes, I was already in the industry. Like after my senior 6, I had to come to Kampala. Yeah, because omanyi omuziki mwana ogenda ne gukuyingira. I gave education a pause at some point because I really wanted to be a
you
star.
decided to not continue with school because of music?
No, I didn't decide, but there were like it was something to do with family stuff. Like there was no money and all that. Like it wasn't easier. So at least I was happy that I got done with A level, and I knew it, that education, you don't, it doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
I can still join the university.
And you already had a hit in the village.
And already had a hit in the
town,
village,
in the district.
in the district. But then, completing my senior 6, before even like completing senior 6, I already had hits along the way.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Sita Badlika. I think Sita Badlika was a song that introduced me to the industry, which is Arua, or in the music industry, because I don't believe in this thing that people say upcoming artist. When you're already in the music industry, you're already an artist. The word upcoming, it's just to keep you there thinking that you're not yet there. But when you've joined the industry, that's it. So there's nothing like upcoming artist.
Yeah.
So I was already an artist, and I was only waiting for my time.
So then, after senior 6, you moved back to Kampala.
Yes, I moved back to Kampala, but that was after I won my People's Love. Yeah, I went through a series of songs that I did for them to actually accept me and qualify me for being one of their exports from that side.
Yeah.
So I also won myself awards from different,
Oh, they have awards that side?
Yeah, we had the West Nile Award, the West Nile Entertainment Award, which was the I don't know how they abbreviated it, but it was the West Nile Entertainment Awards. We have the Leah Awards, which are the Lango Entertainment Awards, and the Northern Region Entertainment Awards. Yeah. And I won myself like 3 awards from home, from the Greater North and back home in the West Nile region. I had Best R&B Artist West Nile Entertainment Award.
You do R&B too?
Yeah, that was when I was an R&B artist, because
what haven't you done?
Okay,
you've done R&B, you've done hip hop, you're now doing the what ordinarily called Kadongo Kamu.
Yes.
What aren't you doing?
I was trying to identify myself, and I think it was a journey of getting to know who what kind of sound I can best execute in the industry, and how people would
finding your identity.
Yes, finding my identity, and how people would best relate to me, what we call Omuntu wa Wansi. So when I started with that kind of sound, the R&B sound, I was basically inspired by people like the Ushers, Usher Raymond, R. Kelly, and all that. I just wanted to be that, And then
locally inspired.
Locally, I was busy listening to Maurice Kiria, because I really loved what he was doing with his sound. Yeah. And I think he calls it Omoyo. Yeah. Moyo music. Something like that. So I won myself those awards back home and in the Greater North. And that actually made me feel satisfied that I have something that I can. So
you decided to dive into the capital city.
The capital city, because already I had the CV behind my back that he's one of the best artists from that side.
What did you team up with when you got here?
Before winning the awards, of course, I was sometime back. I was in Kampala, where I worked with GNL Zamba on his album Speaking Vernacular. I was signed to Baboon Forest, and then after the album Speaking Vernacular, I thought of going back home, and that is when I actually identified.
How did you get in touch with GNL?
That was 2011.
How?
2011
is a huge deal and was even a bigger deal back then. So how did you?
When I came to Kampala, I didn't know that I would be signed by GNL. My target was to actually work with the best. And I knew with what I had, because I was confident, I knew I had something that the industry would like to, work around. And I was in one studio sometime back. It was called MIC Records back in Namongo, because that's where I used to stay, at my sister's place. And before you know it, the studio was basically built up with hip hop, with that hip hop kind of feel. Like there were so many hip hoppers by then, and hip hop was the thing. there's a time hip hop yatuvuga nnyo.
That's
so
true.
yeah, so I was working with a lot of hip hop guys, you know, doing working on their hooks, like bringing up hooks on their songs and all that. Now, before you know it, there's a guy called Killer Instinct who actually invited GNL to the studio. And Killer Instinct is he's been GNL's, you know, best friend for quite some time, and they're still friends. So GNL comes through. He was actually coming to listen to what Killer Instinct already had in the studio, and before you know it, he's listening to my sound. Yeah, some of the songs I did with the other guys, and he's like, "Where's this guy?" They tell him, "He's around, he's around." Then they call me up. Somebody wants to see you. They didn't tell me who wanted to see me, and I only come and I'm looking at this guy that, you know, he's already there. He's a star. Everybody's talking about him. Chikankane, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, somebody wants to see me, and I remember he came to Arua. We had he had his show there called Chikankane.
Yeah.
He actually named it Chikankane Concert, and man, it packed. And I was one of those local artists back in Arua who actually said, man, I wish I could be like that guy. Like, I wish I could be there. I wish, you know. But alhamdulillah, you know, I thank God that, you know, he actually saw me through when he met me, and he really told me there and then, he told me, are you free? Can we go to the studio? Can we hit the studio? Like, things started working so fast. That was how fast it was.
And then he signed you to Baboon Forest.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. I never had my shoes because it was a home studio. Like, it was a, you know, a short distance from where I stay. And he's telling me, let's just hit the studio. You're okay? And I was putting on sandals. And I'm like, okay. No, let's go. You're fine. Now I step in this car.
His car.
The van, actually. We used to call it the Baboon Forest, the war bus. Yeah. Yes. So I'm in this van and I'm looking at this guy. We're driving. Border guys are identifying with him. GNL. But this is me, you know.
Yeah. Fresh from
Arua. Like, who am I? Like, you see? So that makes me believe Allah is great.
Yes,
yeah. Everybody has his time. Everybody has a story to tell.
Yeah.
But
so you work on his album.
I work on his album, and believe me not.
What exactly did you do on that album?
I did the chorus, the hooks. I worked on like 3 songs on the album.
Which ones?
One is called Speaking Vernacular, which is a Luga flow anthem, and we have Editor. And then there's a song in there that we featured lyrical G. Yeah, it's called East African Party. Yeah, and before you know, the album is out. We're selling out CDs. Yeah, and
did he pay you?
Yeah, he did. You know, he's a very transparent guy.
I thought you paid your platform.
No, like he used to pay me, by the way. Yes, and at some point.
There's a currency in this industry called platform.
Yeah,
where people make you do work and
yeah, they give you platform. I understand. But with him it was a different story. GNL is a guy who actually wants people to grow together. He actually mentored us. He was like a brother to us.
Earlier on you were telling me about, because I asked you, there are so many artists that have come out of Baboon Forest and really made it big. You having Kwata Essimu as one of the biggest songs right now.
Yeah.
We have Big Trill, who is doing so well.
Yeah.
His song Party After Party is a big deal all over the continent. And beyond, I've seen Cardi B and, you know, all those artists singing
vibing,
to it. Yeah, so, and then of course Munji, undoubtedly he's doing well. What was it in Baboon Forest? What made you get? What was it? What training did you get?
You know, we were mentored properly, like by him. I remember the first time the album came out, Speaking Vernacular. He used to sit us down and tell us what to say, what not to say, how to tackle questions, how to answer questions for interviews. And that's what they call being professional. Yeah. It's not like, you know, you just get an interview, or they give you an interview and you just bump into it without knowing what you're supposed to say. Yeah. Most of the times you journalists can actually trick us into saying something we're not supposed to say.
Yeah.
But how best can you represent yourself when such a question comes through?
Yeah.
I think those are some of the things that I learned from him. And as far as branding and packaging is concerned, I think he taught me how to work on my looks, how to present myself out there. You know, like it was a full package of
that's good to
the
hear.
360, the industry.
It's not something that's
360.
very common in the industry. Find
Yeah.
a record label that's up to the dot.
True.
They train you how to do professions. They train you how to present yourself and stuff like that.
True.
And he was talking about you in an interview recently, GNL, and he said he's very proud of you. And he said he can't believe you're making it this big, but he believed that you had so much talent, and he knows that the future is going to be bright. How does it feel to know someone who mentored you, someone who is a big deal in this industry? How does it feel for them to say such things about you?
Actually, I feel good because he believed in me from day one. He, the first time he saw me, he told me, "You're a star." I have history. I have a lot of history that I don't really want to dig deeper into because it might make me cry. I'm so emotional. But then, I never saw this coming.
Yeah.
I must say. It was a long time coming, and just having Kwata Essimu as one of the biggest songs, not only in Uganda, East Africa, and then Africa,
and
worldwide
Kenzo,
right now.
who is also a big deal in this industry, recently won Artist of the Year Dozen Awards, also posted about you on his Facebook and said, "Young man, believe in yourself. This boy is doing great in this industry."
I was really humbled. Now,
How
that
did you
was
see
when...
that? Did someone send you a screenshot?
I saw it because I follow him on his page.
You're scrolling through your phone and
so I was just scrolling through my phone and I'm like, okay, what's not happening, you know? But given the fact that he's one of the biggest, exports that we have from Uganda, only that is a mileage. Like it makes me believe that there's space for me in the industry. But I have to follow what he says. You need to be humble. And respect is paramount, as I always say, that you need to respect everybody in the industry. Amalala, Mani, most of the times you have this hit song.
And you think you're a big deal and you don't greet people.
Yes, like you call me up for your interview and I'm feeling big, you need to go through management and all that. Most of the times you need to be flexible as an artist because I need you, you need me, and that's how the 360 works.
I think that's one thing that some people don't really get, especially on both sides of the industry, that the artists don't realize how much they need media, and media doesn't realize how important the artists are. So, but I think it's something that's being worked on,
and I think as far as the industry is concerned, I love the fact that we're now heading digital, where like we've gotten to realize that our handles are really important. It's important to actually grow our followings, our social media, and that's where it's going. And I think COVID has just not been something that has put down the industry, but it has actually given us a light that we have to grow our pages, our YouTube channels and all that, which is such a great deal right now, and it's working for some artists out there.
That's true. Most artists have earned through this period, but because of the following they have online. I'll get to COVID later on, but I want to talk about Kwata Essimu. Who wrote the song? Who came up with the idea? Who contacted who?
Okay, I wrote the song. I already had the song playing on Galaxy.
Yes.
Yeah. I really don't know how Galaxy got this song, but when I did the song,
there's a reason we are called. There's a reason we say we are big on Ugandan music.
True.
Yeah.
So I do the song. I put it on my YouTube, and trust me, like I never went to any radio station, simply because I was worried. Like, would they buy this kind of sound?
Yeah.
Would they vibe with this sound? Like a trying artist, like I felt it wasn't easy, But then I was so surprised that, man, like listening to my song, I was in a taxi.
About it?
No, I was in the taxi. I was in the taxi, and man, my song is playing Galaxy FM. I wanted to tell everybody, hey guys, this is my song. This is my song. But what's funny is I was sounding like I'm saying, so it would be hard. Like I didn't. Now I look at the lady seated close to me and I'm like, I'm giving her this impression. Can you see Kwata Essimu?
But it was just the audio. The video wasn't out. People couldn't.
People couldn't identify with me because it had no video. But I was planning.
How did people vibe to it in the taxi?
Man, like I saw everybody shaking their head, and there's a lady behind who was actually laughing. She was laughing, and I'm like, okay. this is actually such a great feeling. Like this is the first time I'm listening to
yourself
myself on radio, and I'm in the taxi, because all the time I'm listening to John Black. I'm in the taxi, it's John Black. And I'm like, man, I wish I could be playing like this. Like, you know, it's every artist's
I'm sure you
dream,
called
by
people
the
and
way.
said, yo, my song.
Yeah, like I call my friend, I'm like, guys, you know, Galaxy's playing my song. And before you know it, guys are telling me, yeah, Radio City is actually picking up as well. And I'm like, okay. But at first it was Galaxy, and Galaxy actually gave platform to this song, I must say, and I'm really humbled. You guys did it. You guys did it.
We do that all the time, because we believe in promoting our own thing. We usually play 70% Ugandan music, and we want to give a chance to the young talent
out there.
There was a period of time where we had like 3 or 4 artists that were only getting airplay, and we're getting this and that, and we believe that in our country has so many talented people, and we need not to suffocate them. So you write the song,
put it on my
playing
YouTube,
on radio,
starts playing on radio.
And then
I don't know, by
Magic.
default. Should I say that? Like it was just playing on radio by default.
By default, you didn't even take it there.
I didn't take it there, you know. And I'm out here thinking on how to work. Now people are calling me, man, we don't call a video, I think Galaxy can stay kutemo mwana. Now I'm like, okay. Now before you know, my manager comes through and tells me, no, you ain't working on no video. This song needs to have a bigger brand to it. Then he gives me a chance to choose who I want to work with in the industry, and I'm like, okay. I get back.
What made you choose Winnie Maj? Is it her?
So I
how great she looks, how talented she is. What exactly?
I'm sorry to use the word. Is sexy that really like extreme?
It is okay. This is YouTube.
Yeah, she is sexy. She is beautiful. And she has that appeal. But then I didn't look at it that way. Given the fact that it's music, so
it's music,
I had to look at the business bit of it and all that. When we called her up, I went back on my drawing board and I'm like, okay, who can I work with on this material? And I'm like, okay, I listened to Winnie Nwaji, I listened to all the female artists that we have, and I made up my mind after listening to Kanokoze. It was that Kadongo Kamu vibe that she had, and I'm like, wow. Now this is what I was looking for. Now it is so surprising that she was actually vibing to this song.
She already knew the song.
For the longest time that the song was playing on Galaxy. She already knew the song. She had the song lyrics like in her head. Like she knew the song word by word. So that made it easy. So when my manager gave her a call, she bought the idea. Like we gave Swangs Avenue because Swangs Avenue actually relates to me as well, because when they used to come to Arua, I used to be one of the guys that was already there.
Actually, it's rumors that you were signed to them.
That would be up to management to make it actually official out there. But for now,
so you're saying there's a.
For now, for now, I'm not supposed to say anything about the contract and everything that we did. But then, all I can say is that Swangs Avenue is my second home right now, and when I'm there, I feel at home. And I'm looking forward to giving you people more of my story.
Where did you shoot the video from? It's a good video.
We worked on the video at Kasenyi landing site. That was the first shot that we had before the lockdown. And before you know it, we're planning to actually have our final shots in Natete. But then the lockdown came in, and I had to go back to Arua. Why I went back to Arua? Because Charge Sivo, fasting period was coming in, and I just had to be with family. And because of all that excitement, COVID has come into play. They're still new to this thing.
Okay, so you went back to Arua partly because of Ramadan and because you need to be home.
Yes, and because
are you that committed to your religion?
Yeah,
it's a hard thing to see in this industry.
Yeah, I am committed to my religion. I started in. By the way, one thing I forgot telling you, I was in Tawhid primary school.
I know that's cool.
Yeah.
It's very very good.
P2 and P3, I was in Tawhid. So we studied with a lot of Somalis, and I can speak a little bit of Somali.
That's
at some
cool.
point, Swahili, because I was also in Nairobi for some time. So that shows you how religious I am.
Yes.
Yeah, and I put
So
Allah.
that means you don't drink,
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any drugs.
Wow.
Yeah, I simply feel like a talent is a talent.
Have you watched people react to you in a different way? Because when they listen to Kwata Essimu, they expect an old man,
Yeah.
like Chiwewa or something,
Yeah.
and then they say like, oh wait, this is the
guy. Yeah. So many guys are, and I think that's what's making rounds right now. That's what's
Yeah.
making news. Yeah, because at first it was, Winnie and some guy, Winnie and some guy, but people didn't, relate with me. Like they didn't see, I didn't put face to the song. And before you know it, I think the performance that I had on NTV Dance Party sparked everything up, and everybody's like, okay, bulijo muvubuka muto,
How do you manage to do the voice?
Because
you have some songs where you sound so, youthful and stuff. Like that song we played in the morning. What is it called? There's a song. You sound so youthful and so young, and then the other one you sound. How do you play around with the voice?
I think music is more like acting. You need to play character. Yeah. If they tell you you need to, they give you a script, because I once did acting. I did MDD, music, dance, drama. So I was an active member in all the schools that I joined along the way. Like it was music, dance, and drama.
All right. So you have the biggest song in town right now.
Yeah.
But it has come at a point when coronavirus is
everywhere.
How has the pandemic affected you, your career?
I can't say it has affected me, but I can still say I'm affected.
Yeah.
In one way or the other. I can't move for interviews anymore. There's some interviews that I had to do online and all that. Accessing studios is another thing. Like back then you could, but right now with the lockdown and everything, sometimes it's really hard. But on the other hand, it has actually taught me a lot. I used not to be a good cook. Right now, I'm really good.
What's that meal that you cook very well now?
Pilau, like everything.
Okay.
Yeah. You should.
So YouTube videos, where have you been learning to cook from?
Not YouTube, but then I think I have friends who used to come over and they used to teach me, because there are some neighbors who used to stay around. So
neighbors or girlfriend?
Neighbors. And I also realized that it gave me time to work on my material. And delete teyamala gabwao. Yeah. Champa time to work on different materials. Yeah. Because singa it wasn't COVID, nandibadde ndi ku pressure kati. Nzaako kati. Nolaba yampa time. I had to. Right now I have like 10 songs.
Yeah.
Ready. That's and cool. In that style.
Oh, so we should expect that style from you.
Expect that style from me, but in a different sound. Yeah, not just Kwata Essimu sound, but I'm trying to fuse all these sounds, R&B sound in Kadongo, Kamu.
Did you listen to a lot of these old guys, the Cafedos, and
do
you get the inspiration from there?
I used to listen to a lot, but then I have a list of them. We have a Frigo band. We have Peterson Motebi, we have Dan Mugula, we have Paulo Cafero, we have Jimmy Katumba, who used to actually do the film sound for the Ebonies.
We have very many big stars like radio, like who have said that they have been inspired by Cafero, and radio would say that for him he learned his writing, and he was an amazing writer. That he learned from Cafero.
Yeah, the inspiration is actually huge. Like they are the first guys. We should call Kadongo Kamu the organic Ugandan sound. Yeah, it's the country music, the Ugandan country music. But here I am. I'm trying to relate our Kadongo Kamu to the world out there, or to the generation now, or to the millennials, if I may call it, who actually haven't gotten a chance to vibe to that kind of music.
Because they don't relate to it.
Because they don't relate to it. So how do I fuse all this? Then I come up with what we call contemporary Kadongo Kamu music, or contemporary country music, which is Ugandan music.
Usually when someone has a big hit, this is the time when they make money. They have events happening, they have this and that. Because really Uganda doesn't, that's how artists earn.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it has affected you also in that way.
Yeah, I haven't been performing. Of course, there are no shows.
So what's your source of income now that there are no events?
I'm really not making money. And all I can tell you is that I was caught off guard. Yeah. But I believe things are going to change.
What other work do you do besides?
I was basically working with an NGO. I was an activist for this NGO. It's based in Germany. It's called Defy Hate Now. It works on internet awareness, proper use of your,
internet.
Of internet.
Social media.
Yeah, and we're basically focusing on South Sudan, because of what's happening there. The conflicts actually broke up because of
internet usage.
Yes, you see that the poor usage of the internet and all that. Yeah, people actually post a lot of fake news and all that. So that's what we're trying to teach guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have just two more questions for you. Number one is how does a young man from Arua speak that great Luganda?
That's
and I have heard him speak Runyankore.
Yeah.
For example, Assam Runyankore.
Ndagamba no Runyankore has mama wanje ararugamba nowe mbara
kahi
mbara omtown mbara omtown. Yes.
Then tata
Kacheka Kacheka. Yes, around Boma ground there. Yes. But then I also speak Lugbara, speak Swahili.
I know I'm going to be lost, but okay.
Yes, nabonga Kiswahili vizuri kama Swahili. Ukiwa unaongea Kiswahili vizuri, tuongee Kiswahili basi.
Okay, that one I understood. Lugbara.
Ma Lugbara tijo mkemke, ma Lugbara ni Afwarua Gane. So yes, those are the languages I can best speak. Era nenjogera n'Oluganda. Oluganda. Gere. Kuli olw'omu ndalwe bagamba nti kiki kati. Kiki. Tebagamba kiki naye kiki kati. Yes, abamu balowooza nti pronunciation eya kiki lwe Luganda. Naye Oluganda olutuufu tugamba kiki. Nasomera Nnabagereka. Yeah. Era nga bw'owulira essomero Nnabagereka Primary School. Nze nakula nkuba engalabi. And I had the chance actually performing in front of Ssaabasajja Makulu Nyondo. Yeah. And it was actually a blessing.
That's cool.
I was young by then and man, engalabi gye nali nkuba. Actually we won. That was competition that was between Nnabagereka Primary School and Lubiri. Yes, primary. So yeah.
Who told us about this? Little Joe. He told us he was in that competition and they won. He was also at Nnabagereka. Right?
Yes. And I think he's even my OB. You never know. Yeah. Because I was in Nnabagereka. We won. That's the truth. We won. So.
And finally, to wrap this up, what are your health or lifestyle tips? What are some of those things that you do to keep fresh, to look good?
I emphasize on people taking a lot of water. I take a lot of water. As you can see right now, I'm doing Stony or Crest. That's the kind of soda I'm taking. Why I take Crest is because of the chloroquine bit of it. Yeah, it's medicine. It's just not soda, but it's medicine.
Yeah.
And take a lot of water. That's all I can say, because water has like the biggest percentage, in our bodies.
In addition to the fact that, of course, you don't consume any toxin
stuff. Yeah. So I think water is the only way to look good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Freeboy.
Thanks a lot. My social media.
Oh yes. First, let's start with how your names on social media.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah. My YouTube, I use Freeboy Adams.
Freeboy Adams.
Yes.
Go subscribe right now, guys.
Please go subscribe to my YouTube, and please subscribe to her YouTube channel, because we need the numbers. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
We really need the numbers. And then on Instagram, please follow me. It's Freeboy Adams. Yeah. And then on Twitter, it's Freeboy UG.
You should think about having just the same names everywhere.
Same names,
to avoid people that are going to come up with fake accounts.
Yeah, I might think about that right now because it's important.
On YouTube, it's Freeboy Adams. Go on there. There's actually way more music. I know most of us have gotten to know him through Kwata Essimu, but there's lots of more good music on that channel, so you can go there, subscribe, and enjoy the music. And this is something I usually do when I am playing music, like on YouTube on my phone. I usually make sure I look for the real page of the artist, because by doing so I'm giving back to the artist. Like, I'm enjoying their songs, so they should earn from it. So I know there are very many fake accounts there that upload this music, but if you are a fan, try to make sure you look for the one that belongs to the artist, so they actually also benefit from you watching their songs. YouTube, Freeboy Adams, subscribe. Instagram, Freeboy Adams, subscribe. And then you talked about Twitter. We should have the same name, but currently it's Freeboy UG, with a Ugandan flag on it. And then please remember to subscribe on her YouTube channel. Thanks. Thank you very much, Freeboy.
You're welcome.